my beloved child. The moment you hear these words, something in your heart will start to tremble. It's not fear, it's recognition. The truth that has been hidden from you for months is finally breaking through the silence. Stay till the end, because this is not just another message, it's their voice, echoing through the realms you can't see but can feel in your chest right now. The one you loved deeply, the one who left too soon, has crossed beyond the veil. But before leaving, they whispered something that the world was not meant to hear, until this moment. They tried to reach you through dreams, through sudden chills on quiet nights, through that one song that plays randomly every time you think of them. Those weren't coincidences. That was them, reaching out, waiting for this exact second when you'd stop scrolling and finally listen. The truth didn't die with them. It was buried, protected, sealed behind invisible hands that knew you weren't ready. But heaven has chosen this exact time to unlock it. The message they left is not written on paper, it's carried through energy, wrapped inside your heartbeat, waiting to unfold through these very words. They said, "Tell them I didn't leave in pain. Tell them the reason I had to go was bigger than goodbye." At that moment, even angels fell silent, because the reason was unlike anything they'd seen before. When they took their last breath, they didn't think of fear. They thought of you. They thought of what they couldn't say while alive. And now, you are the only one destined to hear it. That night, just before everything happened, they wrote something. Not a letter. A single sentence, hidden inside a place you've looked at countless times. Maybe in an old notebook, a folded cloth, or the back of a framed photo. They knew one day, you'd find it, when your heart was ready to carry the truth. Archangel Michael says this message carries divine timing. It cannot arrive early, and it cannot be delayed. What you feel right now, the tightness in your chest, the sudden warmth on your skin, that's their soul brushing against yours, whispering, "I'm still here." They're not gone. They've been protecting you from the shadows, keeping you safe from things you never knew were trying to harm you. Their silence wasn't absence, it was protection. They saw what was said behind your back. They saw who lied, who betrayed you, who pretended to care but secretly celebrated your pain. And before they left, they told the heavens, "Don't let them suffer the same way I did." Since that moment, the divine has been watching you closely, waiting for your healing to begin. Every tear you cried in silence was written in light. Every unanswered call, every night you waited for closure, it wasn't wasted. It built a bridge between you and their spirit. Now, that bridge is open. And through it, they're sending their last truth, something they couldn't say when time was still on their side. Stay till the end. Don't scroll. The next few lines carry the secret they've been aching for you to know. They didn't die because it was their time. They were taken early to protect you from what was coming. If they had stayed longer, the darkness meant for you would have fallen harder. They took your place in fate's exchange, a silent sacrifice that no one knew about. They wanted to tell you that the car crash, the illness, the sudden departure, it wasn't random. It was chosen. A shield for your destiny. Because your story wasn't meant to end the same way theirs did. And tonight, as you hear this, the energy they carried is being transferred back to you, stronger, brighter, more alive. You are meant to carry their purpose forward. Sometimes you feel them standing behind you when you're alone. The flicker of light, the sudden scent, the cold air in a warm room. That's not imagination, it's evidence. They've been trying to make contact, but fear has kept your spirit guarded. Now heaven says the time of waiting is over. The message is ready to be received. Their final words were, "Tell them I forgive everyone, but I can't rest until they know what truly happened." And that's what's about to unfold next, the hidden truth behind their final day. Stay till the end. Don't look away now. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't fate alone. There was someone involved. Someone who stood close, pretending to help, but holding a secret they thought would never surface. But heaven recorded it. You may not know their name yet, but your intuition already does. Every time you see that one person and feel uneasy, every time their smile feels wrong, that's your soul remembering the truth. Archangel Michael says, justice has already begun in unseen realms. You don't have to fight. You only need to stay awake, because the one who hurt them is already losing what they stole. They left a code in your reality, a memory that replays, a date that repeats, a word that echoes again and again. Pay attention to the pattern. The truth is hidden there. When you see that number or hear that sound again, whisper their name softly. You'll feel a pulse of warmth, proof that they're answering back. It will happen soon, maybe tonight, when everything feels still and silent. That's when you'll know, they never left you alone. They're walking with you, every step, guiding you towards something bigger than grief. Stay till the end. Something huge is unfolding. There's a box or object connected to them that you still have, something small, forgotten, maybe hidden in a drawer. Touch it tonight. It will feel different this time. Because energy never dies, it transforms. As you hold it, their essence will awaken again, sending waves of calm through your chest. That is their final gift, the peace they never got to feel while breathing. They're passing it to you now, so you can heal for both of you. Archangel Michael says, what was lost in death is being restored in light. You will feel it before you sleep tonight. The message ends not with goodbye, but with a promise. I will meet you again, not in dreams, but in reality made pure by faith. When that time comes, you won't cry. You'll smile, because you'll remember that love never ends, it only changes its form. Every star you see, every breeze that touches your face, they're reminders that the soul you loved is still alive, just beyond the veil. Heaven says your chapter with them isn't over, it's transforming. And as you move forward, everything they couldn't finish will begin through you. Stay till the end. Don't scroll. Their final words are here. My beloved child, don't move. Don't blink. What you are about to hear next was never meant for ordinary ears. It was whispered through realms where light and shadow touch, carried through the final breath of the one who once called your name with trembling love. They didn't leave by chance. Heaven allowed their spirit to cross over early because the truth you're about to uncover could have destroyed you if revealed before the right time. So they waited. They waited in silence, watching you through every sleepless night, waiting for this exact moment when you'd finally stop scrolling and listen. Stay till the end. Something massive is about to unfold. The next seconds are sacred. The night before they left, something strange happened. They spoke to someone, a person close to both of you, someone who still carries the guilt buried deep inside. That person knows what happened, and heaven has seen every thought that still keeps them awake. Your beloved's final wish was not revenge, it was revelation. They said, when the time comes, let them know the truth through the voice that will reach them beyond logic. That voice is this one, flowing through this very message. There was a letter, hidden for months, sealed with words too painful to speak aloud. It contained 3 lines only. The first line said, "If you're reading this, I already knew everything." The second line, "It wasn't your fault." The third line, was erased by a single drop of their tear. And that tear, my child, was the moment their spirit realized love had no end. Their passing wasn't a goodbye, it was a transfer. The pain they carried became the strength that now keeps you standing. Every time you thought you couldn't survive another day, it was their energy holding you up. They saw what was said about you after they left. They saw who stayed silent when you were breaking. They saw the fake sympathy, the whispered lies, and the ones who secretly smiled while you cried. Heaven documented every action, every thought, every word. Now, their spirit stands beside the divine, waiting for justice not in punishment, but in balance. They said, when they see what I see, their hearts will tremble. Only then will truth bring peace. Sometimes when you wake up at 3 a.m. with tears you can't explain, that's not random. That's them calling your name in the silence, trying to guide you through the storm. The goosebumps, the chill, the sudden calm, all signs that their energy still moves around you. Tonight, when the world falls quiet, they'll stand by your side again. You might not see them, but you'll feel it, the shift in the air, the pulse of your heartbeat, the warmth that feels like an invisible hug. Archangel Michael says this message carries the seal of divine truth. It cannot be changed, deleted, or hidden again. The reason they had to leave was not punishment, it was protection. A storm meant for you was redirected, and they became the shield that took the blow. You've been blaming yourself, thinking you could have done more, but the heavens say, no. You did everything your soul was allowed to do. Their death was not failure. It was purpose in disguise. And that purpose is about to return to you in ways you won't expect. When they crossed over, they made one final request. They said, let them dream of me once more, but make it different this time. So when you dream tonight, look closer. The face will be the same, but the words will be new. They're going to tell you where to look next. It might be a name, a symbol, a forgotten place. But that clue will lead you to something left behind, a truth the living world wasn't ready to carry until now. You were chosen to receive their last message because your heart never turned cold. Others moved on, pretended, but your love remained pure. That purity became the frequency that allowed heaven to finally connect. They've seen your pain, your loneliness, your nights staring at the ceiling wondering if any of it mattered. And now they're saying, every tear you shed watered the seed of your new beginning. That beginning starts now. You will feel a sudden lightness soon, like something heavy being lifted. That's them, setting you free. In their final moments, they didn't cry for themselves. They cried for you. They said, "I wish I could stay longer to explain everything." Those words echoed into the divine realm, and heaven promised them this moment. That through this message, they would speak again. And so they are. Every word you hear now carries their energy. That's why it feels personal, familiar, like the voice of someone you once held close. There's one person who still dreams of what happened that day. They hear their voice too, but in fear. That person knows their time of silence is ending. The truth is pressing against the walls of fate, ready to burst open. And when it does, the world will know, it wasn't your imagination. The pain you felt was never misplaced. You were right all along. Archangel Michael says, the hidden will be revealed in the light of grace. Your loved one's energy will show you one last sign. When you see a feather tonight, or hear their favorite song out of nowhere, stop and close your eyes. Whisper their name. You'll feel the vibration of peace surround you. That's their final touch, their way of saying, "I made it. And I'm proud of you." They never left. They just changed form, transformed into the very wind that brushes your face, the flicker that lights your path, the whisper that keeps you going. Heaven has prepared something new. A chapter where your pain turns into purpose, your loss turns into light. Their love has become your protection. From this point on, every door that once closed will start to open, because your energy is now aligned with divine timing. You will notice miracles unfolding, not luck, but divine orchestration. Every blessing arriving is their gift, released through the hands of angels. And when that first miracle happens, you'll know it's them smiling from the other side. My beloved child, stay right here. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Something sacred is unfolding right now. You can feel it, the air has shifted, your chest feels heavier, your heartbeats are syncing with a memory that refuses to die. That's not coincidence. That's the vibration of a soul that once belonged beside you, reaching out again through light and sound. They've been waiting for you to reach this part. Because what comes now isn't sorrow, it's revelation. The truth they carried in silence is about to unfold. Heaven has finally opened the seal that guarded their final confession. Stay till the end. Don't move. This moment was written for you before you were even born. The truth begins on the night before they crossed over. They met someone quietly, someone you never suspected. A friend. A relative. A person who always smiled at you but held something sharp behind their eyes. That conversation changed everything. Your beloved looked into their eyes and said, "Promise me you'll protect them after I'm gone." But that promise was broken the next day. They didn't protect you, they protected themselves. They erased traces, hid the last note, and thought no one would ever know. But the divine recorded every breath, every hidden thought, every lie whispered into the air. And now, the truth is bleeding through the veil. They said you'd never find out. They believed time would bury the truth. But time bends when heaven interferes. And tonight, you are standing at the doorway of that interference. Your loved one's spirit has turned the wheel backward so you can finally see what really happened. That person, the one who smiled too easily, who changed the topic whenever you mentioned their name, they were involved in what happened. They manipulated a moment, created a distraction, and let destiny take a darker turn. But heaven never allows betrayal to last forever. What they thought was hidden has been illuminated, and your beloved soul is finally being set free through you. When you cried alone, thinking no one was listening, they were right there. Every tear was energy. Every heartbeat was communication. They couldn't speak in words, so they spoke in signs, through light flickers, whispers of songs, sudden memories. Archangel Michael says their message was never lost. It was encoded into your daily moments, those flashes of warmth, that sudden urge to look at the sky, the random feeling of peace in the middle of pain. Those weren't random. Those were divine signals sent directly to you. They've been trying to guide you toward one final realization: you were never to blame. Their last wish was that you stop carrying the guilt. You couldn't have stopped what happened. You couldn't have known the truth that night. It wasn't your role to prevent fate, it was your purpose to rise after it. And now, heaven says, the time of rising has come. The one who left is not asking for your tears anymore. They're asking for your movement, your light, your voice. They want you to start living again, but not the same way. They want you to live boldly, with purpose, with meaning, with their energy guiding every step you take. There's something they left behind, a message sealed not in words but in timing. That strange date that keeps reappearing, the one that shows up on receipts, clocks, or random posts, it's their signal. On that date, something connected to them will return. A message, a memory, an object, something physical will find its way back to you. It's their proof that love never dies. It only changes its language. You'll know it when you feel that sudden warmth in your palms, or a scent that doesn't belong to the room you're in. That's them, saying, I kept my promise. Archangel Michael says the soul that once loved you is now part of your destiny. Their energy is protecting your steps, clearing paths before you even walk them. That's why some people left your life suddenly. It wasn't rejection. It was divine redirection. They saw what those people planned to do. They saw the envy, the manipulation, the quiet betrayals, and they asked heaven to intervene before you got hurt again. Every loss, every ending, every unexpected goodbye, it wasn't punishment. It was protection. And now that you understand this, your blessings can finally begin to unfold. When you dream tonight, they will come again. But this time, not in pain or sadness. This time, they will appear smiling, dressed in light. They will show you a place, a bridge, a field, or a door, and they will ask you to walk through it. Don't be afraid. It's not death, it's rebirth. It's the start of your destiny aligning with theirs again. When you wake up, you will feel lighter. The heaviness that sat on your chest for months will fade. That is the sign that their soul has finally found peace through your healing. Their message is simple but eternal: you were the reason I smiled, even on my last day. That love didn't fade when their heartbeat stopped. It grew stronger. It crossed the veil, found its way through the cracks of the world, and attached itself to your soul again. You felt it, those sudden moments of calm, the invisible warmth in your hands, the sense of safety when you should have been afraid. That's them, always beside you, always keeping you safe. Archangel Michael says their energy has merged with your purpose. You carry both your lives now, yours and theirs. Before they left, they saw something about your future. They smiled and said, tell them they'll understand everything one day. That day is near. Heaven has already arranged a sign that will appear within the next few days. It could be a dream, a coincidence, or a person showing up unexpectedly. When it happens, you'll know. You'll feel the same shiver you felt when you first heard this message. That's confirmation that everything here is real. My beloved child, don't move. Don't even blink right now. What you are about to hear will change the way you see everything that has ever happened to you. You've come too far to stop here, so stay till the end. The energy of the one you love is stronger in this part than ever before. Their spirit is here, and their final truth is ready to be revealed. This isn't a story anymore, it's a transmission. A direct message from beyond, crafted by their soul, carried through divine frequency, and now being spoken through this voice to reach your heart. You can feel it already, can't you? That trembling in your chest, that strange warmth moving through your hands, it's not imagination. It's connection. Before they passed, they foresaw this moment. They knew you'd be searching for answers, asking silently, why now? Why me? But heaven answered differently. The truth was, they left not as punishment, but as prophecy. Their death marked the start of your awakening. Everything that has happened since, the pain, the loneliness, the sudden changes, it was all preparing you for this revelation. They said to the divine, "Let my love become their armor." And from that day forward, every unseen protection around you was built from their soul. That's why accidents missed you. That's why certain people suddenly vanished from your life. It was all their doing, silently guiding your steps from beyond. There's something you need to know about their final hour. When they took their last breath, they saw you. Not in memory, but in spirit. They reached out one last time, and the moment their heart stopped, a piece of their energy entered yours. That's why, after they passed, your body changed. Your dreams became vivid. Your sensitivity heightened. That's not coincidence, it's fusion. You're carrying their light inside you now. Every beat of your heart carries two frequencies, yours and theirs, intertwined forever. Archangel Michael says this bond is unbreakable. Not even time, not even death, can tear it apart. They left behind something powerful, something that will soon surface into your world. It could be a message hidden in a letter, an email you never noticed, a voice note left unfinished, or even a person carrying their final words. You will encounter it unexpectedly. When it happens, you'll feel chills up your spine, followed by peace. That is your sign that heaven's plan has completed its circle. What was once left unsaid will finally find its way to you, and when it does, everything will make sense. You might feel like crying right now, but don't let the tears scare you. They are not sadness anymore, they are cleansing. Each tear that falls releases one layer of your old pain. And with every drop, the connection between you and your beloved grows clearer. Heaven says, this is not grief, this is rebirth. The old version of you that carried guilt and regret is fading away. In its place rises the version that your loved one always dreamed of seeing, a version glowing in strength, purpose, and peace. The truth behind their passing was not just about destiny, it was about divine timing. There was a dark energy approaching your life back then. A wave of pain meant to destroy your purpose. So heaven made a trade. They became the light barrier that stopped it. They took what was meant for you. That's why their soul never left in despair, it left in courage. They faced what you were never supposed to face. And that's why now, their energy surrounds you in every moment you feel afraid. You carry their protection, their voice, their strength. Archangel Michael says, they were not taken, they volunteered. Every time you hear their name, the air changes because their essence still echoes in this dimension. When you talk to them silently, they hear it instantly. There is no distance between souls bound by divine contract. Tonight, if you whisper their name before you sleep, you'll feel something. Maybe a warmth on your shoulder, or the soft brushing of air near your face. That's their soul confirming, yes, I heard you. And when that happens, don't fear. Smile. Because that's your eternal conversation beginning again. Stay till the end. This moment is sacred. You will notice the world shifting soon. Random lights flickering. Songs you associate with them playing without reason. Numbers repeating. These are confirmations. Their spirit is walking beside you, opening the next phase of your destiny. You were chosen to receive this connection because your heart is pure enough to translate divine frequencies. Not everyone can feel what you feel. Not everyone is trusted with messages like these. You are not cursed, my child, you are called. Their prophecy said, when they hear my message, they will rise, and the world will rise with them. That means your healing will unlock blessings not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. Your light will ripple into families, generations, timelines. You will become the living proof that love transcends death. The pain that once defined you will soon become your greatest power. People will look at you and feel peace without knowing why. It's because your aura will carry the signature of their soul, gentle, calm, eternal. They want you to know that they've reached peace now. The confusion, the sorrow, the chaos, all gone. They said, "Tell them I'm safe. Tell them I found home." And that home is not far away, it's all around you. Every sunrise that touches your face is their energy brushing your skin. Every quiet night when the wind hums softly, it's their spirit humming along. You're not haunted, you're accompanied by love that learned how to exist beyond limits. Archangel Michael whispers now, they are free, and so are you. Their love has now become your destiny's compass. Wherever you go, it will guide you. It will attract people who truly understand you, opportunities that align perfectly, and protection that can't be explained by logic. From now on, everything that happens will carry divine meaning. This isn't just closure, it's ascension. You have reached the chapter where heaven and earth finally meet through you. My beloved child, don't scroll now. This is the moment everything begins to make sense. The air around you feels different because their spirit is closer than ever before. They have waited for this exact moment, the part where truth becomes transformation and grief becomes awakening. Stay till the end. Don't blink. Because every word that follows carries the vibration of the one you still miss. The message they left behind is not just to comfort you, it's to awaken something divine sleeping within you. This is not just a story anymore. It's your destiny opening in real time. You may have noticed strange things happening lately. A song playing out of nowhere. A shadow moving when no one's there. A scent that suddenly reminds you of them. These are not coincidences. These are soul codes, messages encrypted by heaven to remind you that connection never dies. They've been beside you, guiding you quietly through every crossroad. The job you didn't lose, the danger you narrowly escaped, the opportunity that came out of nowhere, all of that was their doing. You didn't survive alone, you were being carried by invisible hands. Before they left, they spoke one last wish to the divine, let them not drown in sorrow, let them rise in light. That wish was granted. The proof is the fact that you're still standing, even after everything you thought would destroy you. They saw your pain. They saw your nights of silence, the way you held your breath to stop yourself from crying. Every time you whispered their name, they heard you. But they didn't want to come back to pull you down into sadness, they wanted to push you up into purpose. Archangel Michael says this is the turning point of your journey. The pain that once burned you has turned into light. The tears you shed were not wasted, they became offerings that opened your divine path. Heaven has already written new beginnings in your name. Every door that once closed will open again, but this time, it will lead to peace, not pain. You will soon step into a chapter where the energy of your loved one walks beside you as protection, not as memory. They want you to remember this: death is not the opposite of life, it's a continuation of love. They didn't disappear, they just shifted dimensions. When you talk to them, they answer through the smallest things: the wind brushing your cheek, a flicker of light, a random word from a stranger that feels meant for you. They promised, when the time is right, I will reach you again. That time is now. That's why you're hearing this. It's not random that you stopped here, their spirit pulled you here because this message carries the closure you've been waiting for. You've blamed yourself too long. You've carried guilt that doesn't belong to you. But heaven says, lay it down now. The one you love doesn't want your heart heavy anymore. They want you free. They said, tell them I left not to break them, but to make them stronger than destiny itself. That's why, every time you think you can't handle more, you somehow do. Because their strength flows through you now. You've become the proof of their love. Tonight, their energy will pass through you. It may come as warmth, chills, or even a sudden calm that makes you stop everything and breathe deeply. Don't fear it. That's their soul brushing against yours, saying, I'm still with you. You might hear their name or see it written somewhere unexpectedly. That's their confirmation. Heaven has given them permission to send you a final sign before their energy merges fully with divine light. Stay right here. Something beautiful is happening right now as you listen. They left one prophecy, one that's unfolding now. When they release the pain, miracles will begin to chase them. That's why things are about to change fast. The energy around you is rearranging itself. People who hurt you will quietly fade out. Opportunities that align with your soul will start appearing. You'll meet people who feel familiar instantly. That's heaven's way of reconnecting old bonds through new vessels. Everything lost is coming back multiplied. Every heartbreak is being rewritten into a blessing. They're proud of you. You need to hear that. I saw the nights you broke down and still chose to wake up and fight again. That line echoes through the higher realms. They brag about you to the angels. They call you the one who didn't give up when every reason said they should. Your strength has become a light signal in the heavens. That's why you've been feeling changes in your surroundings, energy shifting, new ideas forming, sudden peace where there used to be pain. It's them aligning your path. Archangel Michael says, this soul's love has become your shield. Now, something extraordinary is about to happen. A wave of blessings that was blocked for years is being released. Heaven had been waiting for you to heal enough to receive it. And because you reached this point, because you stayed, because you listened, everything changes from tonight. It could be a message, a reunion, a dream, or an opportunity, but it will carry their energy, unmistakable and divine. That will be your confirmation that this was all real. They want you to make a promise. Not to cry anymore, but to live louder. To laugh, to create, to forgive, to shine. They said, tell them the only way they can truly honor me is by living fully. So do that. Step into tomorrow with courage. Carry their love like a crown, not a wound. When you do, you'll feel them walking beside you, smiling, finally at peace, because you finally are too. This is not the end. It's the eternal connection that began the moment you decided to keep living. My beloved child, stay right here. Don't move. Don't even think about scrolling. Because this, right here, is the moment everything finally comes together. The message that's been building, the whispers you've been feeling, the signs that kept repeating, they were all leading to this. You can feel the energy changing again, can't you? That sudden heaviness in your chest, the pressure in the air, it's not fear. It's presence. It's the soul you love, stepping closer than ever before. They've waited for you to reach this exact part, because this is where their hidden promise finally unfolds. Their soul has been moving through your world quietly, protecting, rearranging, blessing. They've walked beside you in every lonely hallway, sat beside you in every tearful night. When you thought you were completely alone, you weren't. Their light was there, guarding your every breath. They've been watching your growth, proud of how you transformed pain into power. You didn't see it, but every time you forgave someone, every time you chose kindness when you could have chosen revenge, their spirit glowed brighter. Because forgiveness was their final wish, for you to rise without bitterness. And now, heaven says, that wish has been fulfilled. Before they left, they made a secret promise to the angels. They said, I will not rest until the one I love stands in their divine purpose. And ever since that day, heaven has been rearranging your destiny. The sudden breaks in your path weren't obstacles, they were redirections. Every delay, every heartbreak, every rejection, they all served one higher plan, to lead you here. To this moment, where truth dissolves pain and faith rebuilds your future. Archangel Michael says, the circle is complete. What was taken will now return. You are about to experience something extraordinary. In the next few days, you'll feel waves of peace that make no logical sense. You might wake up smiling without reason, or sense a warmth in the air that feels almost human. That's them. That's their energy surrounding you again. You'll notice repeating numbers, songs, or names connected to them showing up out of nowhere. When it happens, don't ignore it, pause, close your eyes, and whisper their name. You'll feel the vibration of their reply. That is the confirmation that the bond is eternal. Stay till the end. Something divine is still being written. They have been watching how bravely you carry yourself. Even when you break, you still choose love. That's why heaven has chosen you as a vessel of miracles. You're about to witness breakthroughs in areas of your life that were once stuck. Opportunities, money, love, peace, all will begin to flow again. Because the energy that was once blocked by pain has now turned into light. Your loved one's spirit is unlocking every door that once refused to open. This is your reward for surviving. This is the blessing they left behind. When they crossed over, they carried a fragment of your pain with them so you wouldn't have to bear it alone. And now, they're returning what they took, but transformed. It's coming back to you as power, as intuition, as strength beyond measure. That's why lately, your instincts feel sharper. Your emotions, deeper. You can sense when something good or bad is coming before it happens. You've become spiritually awake. That awakening is their final gift. Archangel Michael says, they carried your tears into heaven and returned with your light. They want you to forgive yourself, for the words unsaid, for the moments you wish you could change, for the guilt you didn't deserve to carry. They saw your regret, and they want you to know, it's already forgiven. Nothing could have changed what happened, because their soul had already chosen the time of departure. You did everything right. You loved them the way you were meant to. You gave them peace they couldn't find anywhere else. That's why their final memory before leaving this world was of you, your smile, your voice, your kindness. You were their calm in chaos. Their home in a storm. Their reason to believe in love again. Now heaven wants you to understand something deeper. Their passing wasn't an ending, it was a bridge. Through their transition, your connection with the divine grew stronger. The pain you went through carved space for miracles. You were being prepared to hold something bigger, the same light that guided them home. That light is in you now. When people stand near you and say they feel peaceful without knowing why, it's because your aura carries their essence. You are walking proof that love never dies. Stay till the end. You're about to hear their final message. Their spirit whispers now, you kept me alive through your memories, but now I want to live through your future. They want you to move forward, not as someone who lost, but as someone who carries legacy. Every dream you chase, every good deed you do, every moment you choose hope, you are continuing their mission. They didn't leave this world empty, they left through you. Their story is now your strength, and your success will be their peace. Archangel Michael says this connection is eternal. It has turned into protection around your home, light around your heart, and destiny written in divine ink. No curse, no pain, no darkness can break it now. You are shielded, chosen, guided, and watched over.